So please tell me about yourself in short description.
Yeah, Upendra, good morning. This is Madhav Rao. I have a total 11 years of experience in IT industry
Mm-hmm.
uh, into product development, maintenance, and operational excellence. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly into Java. My technology is lying in Java, Spring Boot, microservices, and cloud platforms. And I do have exposure on web technologies, front-end technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React.js.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an experience on Angular 16.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I
Uh,
have led two teams so far for US and UK teams,
okay. Okay.
medium size.
Okay. So Java version, which version right now using?
Yeah, Upendra. So we have 17 in the system, but I am updated till Java 8 to 11 features. Upendra.
Okay. 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 So any cloud platform?
Sorry.
Cloud platform, AWS,
Yeah,
Azure.
I have worked on AWS services,
Mm-hmm.
API gateway,
Mm-hmm.
Lambda serverless programming, Lambda service, and Beanstack, S3, um, and SNS service.
So Lambda serverless. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so it is um, it is very simple. It is without leveraging um, servers like our Tomcat or WebLogic, whatever traditional deployment process that we are following. Without that, we can simply run this as an independent component. Even we can write this Lambda using a Python or a simple JavaScript node or Java. Uh,
Okay. So event trigger in Lambda serverless functionality. How to configure? Suppose if you have var or jar, you have make it. So how do you run inside the Lambda serverless?
yeah, Upendra. It's a simple. So uh, we can run it. We used to run it as a jar.
Hmm.
We have some CLI commands to run that. But this is already build component in our project. We used to call we used to call this as an exposed API through. See, I for example, I have my order API, right? So order API functionalities are built in Lambda service. So those Lambda services are abstracted or sorry, integrated with using AWS API gateway. So
Mm-hmm.
all these functions are being called through API gateway service. So API gateway service provided URLs, get post, put as the REST endpoints, right? Same operations are exposed. Those being called from the front end, Upendra.
Okay, okay. Okay, means control REST API you can directly write inside the Lambda serverless functionality, right?
Yeah, correct, correct.
Okay. If you have custom type, so that can also run inside the Lambda serverless.
Inside the Lambda component.
So AngularJS, right? 16.
Um, Currently, I'm working on React.js, but AngularJS and AmberJS I worked in previous organizations, Upendra.
Okay, okay. So you have knowledge about CI/CD pipeline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's I so when it comes to Walmart, right? So I forget to mention that I'm currently in Walmart. So, so Walmart, we have our customized native products. So we have a DX console, but apart from we do use the Jenkins pipelines mechanism, CI/CD. So where code has been triggered into our our main branch, so
Mm-hmm.
automatically our code will be checked out from the Git and deploy and build with the build all compile and build all the codes that that are being configured using the Maven plugin. Once our build once our all test cases being passed and code gateway is met with the configured value, suppose 70 or 80, using our SonarCube plugin, then it will it will proceed for building. If build is success, there is a reviewer, or tech lead or manager ID will be configured there for approval. If it is a dev environment, we will not will be skip that. If it is a stage environment or equivalent production environment, we will have the reviewer email. So once once the build is going to deploy, or sorry, build is going to success, we'll have a reviewer notification. Reviewer will get an email and approve that PR to proceed with the building. Once build is completed, Docker image will be created. So further Docker image will be deployed onto the targeted cluster, Upendra. So cluster is completely, it is native Kubernetes environment for us.
Docker image you will create,
Okay.
that file you will put in your project directory or somewhere.
Actually, that's how where I traditionally worked before in even in Vodap. We have a Docker image separately in one repo. So that is Docker Hub. From there, we will pick up the file and deploy in the server, but on a Kubernetes service. But it is completely automated. Once
Okay.
I locate, it will pick the Docker file and deploy in the targeted instance that we mentioned in the pipeline.yaml.
Okay. So you know Java 8, you know what is
So
collector and collectors, collect, collect and collectors.
so collector. So Java 8 collectors is like a terminal operator. Let's say I have a list of streams that after process. Let's say I wanted to comparator on sorry collector start sort it. Once sorted, I wanted to get the sorted list into a different list after processing. So after applying the a new screen on the existing screen, we will use the collector to get into a separate stream. So it's a terminal operator basically.
You know match concept, any match, match,
Match is nothing but
any match.
yeah, any match we used to write in JUnit test cases. Um,
No, no,
so
no, in Java 8.
Oh, that is a predicate. Yeah, you are right.
Predicate.
It is a predicate. So, predicate of string, if I take, suppose like Upendra Kumar or Madhav, if I have in the list, I wanted to get that string into a list, right? So, while listed that a stream of object dot any match. If I apply, it will give me any match of Madhav. If it is there, it will return.
Okay. You know string pool object. No? String
Uh,
pool memory. What is
yeah,
use of this?
Vipendra, actually, to say string is an immutable, this is the mechanism behind the string part. because we always to save the memory
Mm.
in constant pool is the is the subset of our heap memory. Whatever the already saved strings are there, let's say string s1 equals to Walmart, string s2 is equal new string of Walmart. So the already the Walmart is already being stored in constant pool. So next time when we call, it will look up in the constant pool, and it will not create a memory again. It will just use that existing reference and return the same string value.
Mhm.
How we can see the memory see the memory being saved because of using constant pool.
You know meta space and permanent generation memory, PAMGen.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Meta space.
Meta space.
Hmm.
No, not yet.
So this is currently using in Java 8. I think you should be remember.
Uh, Metaspace. No, maybe pronunciation. Can you say that?
Meta space.
Metaspace.
Hmm.
I think I need to update that. Is
Okay.
it something related to memory management, Vipendra?
Correct.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know memory management, how many types of memory Java will use.
Uh, yeah. So basically, if any memory management leaks, GC will take care. In
Hmm.
Java, in Java 11 also they introduced one zero garbage collector concept.
Hmm.
That is epsilon. Epsilon is like no operation. It will for a low scalable system. Let the application reach the maximum out of memory exception. Once out of memory error, that that gets um, uh, so it will not even taking care of the clearing like our GC1 processor, sorry, GC1 algorithm.
Hmm.
Whether it is introduced in Java 11.
Mm, okay. So you know anything related to design pattern? What kind of design pattern right now following?
See, basically every application, since we are working hugely on Spring Boot and web integration, REST APIs, right? All the, I mean, we were lying into knowingly, unknowingly, singleton design pattern
Hmm.
and MEC design pattern and data data access object Diego design pattern majorly.
Suppose I want to tell you you implement prototype design pattern is Spring and Spring Boot. So how do you implement prototype design pattern?
Prototype design pattern. Yeah, first thing is in Spring we have a bean and bean property prototype. If I mention right, all the beans that are being loaded by the Spring container.
So what is annotation name? Annotation name you know where you can convert to singleton to prototype.
Yeah, it is singleton prototype. So annotation name at the rate bean.
No,
No,
no.
I think I
If
forget that
you
name.
know the scope annotation,
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Thanks for reminding me. At the rate scope of prototype, if it is
by default don't need to be
specified
specified because of by default it's treating as a
singleton.
singleton.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to convert it, you can service component, you can write as a scope, as a prototype, it would convert into the prototype.
Prototype, correct.
So why prototype is required? Any specific reason?
Specific reason, and sometimes if you want to override, sorry, if you want to create an object, uh, uh, rather applying singleton, always returning one object. If I want to get a different, want to get create a different object for a bean
Mhm.
in Spring container, we will use that.
No. basically prototype whenever used is required to improve the performance of the application because of one object is engaged with the
Other.
operations. So this just will give the copy of the existing object to the other operation,
Okay.
right?
Okay. But it will create multiple. I mean, every time it will get create a new object, right? Because
No, no,
we.
no. Prototype means copy. Copy, just copy give the, suppose one object is operational, some operation is performing because of this is a singleton object, right?
Yeah.
So no additional uh, memory will utilize, right? So just it give the copy of existing object to the other operation. Suppose one service app, and you want to use in two controller at the same time, so it will run. I am not telling it will not run, but
Yeah.
its performance base little bit impacted. So just if you write the prototype, so prototype whenever you perform the other API at a time, it gives the copy of existing object.
Okay. Where singleton, it does the same, right? Singleton
Yeah,
also.
yeah, take the copy of singleton object.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
Prototype means it will
Mm-hmm.
copy of the object. You know deep
Ah.
cloning concept, you know. So
Yeah.
prototype is to follow the cloning concept.
Coding concept. Yeah. Got it. Now I got it.
Other thing, you know what is difference between uh, get and post?
Sorry, Bilan.
Get and post mapping.
Get and
Post mapping.
post. Is it?
Mapping. Get mapping, post mapping. What is
Yeah,
difference
yeah,
between?
yeah. So in while implementing REST APIs, we
Mm.
have been provided get mapping is to fetch the records from the database
Mhm.
through get and find. Put mapping to update the record, entire record in the database.
Mhm.
Where patch will be only updated particular fields or one or two fields that we require. We will
Mm.
not update entire record. Where update mapping uses to update an entire record in the DB. So
Okay.
that purpose we will be using this.
So you know JPA?
Yeah, I know JPA. Uh, than Hibernate or Ibatis, JPA came up with simplified or easy repositories,
Mhm.
repositories creation, and it will and it will also effectively following the transaction management mechanism.
Mhm. Okay. So JPA, you know, CRUD repository and JPA repository. What is difference between these two?
Sorry, JPA repository is
And CRUD repository, CRUD.
code repository,
Hmm.
where we will have all the save all, save all, um, and then we get, then after all the code operations will be provided, will be existed in existed all the code operations methods are written in this repository,
Mhm.
where JPA allow to write or customized native queries. At the rate query, if I use all the joins, aggregate functions for aggregate queries, sub queries we can write, we can customize and write.
Okay, okay. So you know Hibernate.
Yeah, Hibernate.
What is criteria
So
object?
criteria object is for um, selecting the objects and
Hmm.
working towards group by other aggregate functions, basically.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So how we can manage the object in Hibernate?
Minus
Object of the
manage the object. Okay.
in Hibernate means object means just like as a entity.
It's a projo. It's like a projo class
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, where we used to define all these objects with the specific annotations at the rate table
Hmm.
where our projo class equivalent table will be there no in database.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So at the rate table, then at the rate if it is any primary key is there at the rate ID,
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
followed by column at the rate column, then followed the their keys.
Okay.
At the rate entity, I forget one main one. At the
Hmm.
rate entity, then at the rate table, table name.
Okay. Okay. So in database, joins, how many types of joins?
Yeah, joins we have left join, right join, and inner join.
Like left join and
Inner join.
left join and
Left
inner
join,
join
join, and then inner join.
and right join.
A right join where suppose left join left table data and right table data. When we apply the right join, it will give the right side table data along with the common data. I mean
Okay.
adjacent data. Whereas a left join will give us only left table matching between these two tables along with the left side table data.
Okay. I have written one. Have one question. Find the count of characters of string. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Example I have given the string. This is you can write the program by Java 8 or any way you can write.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Please do that.